joins us from Capitol Hill. Congressman, we have just heard from House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi reacting to your speech. Before I speak with you, I want you to listen to it, and I'll get your reaction. Here it is.
Frankly, I'm more concerned about some of the language that is used on the floor to undermine the security of our seniors, the education of our children, the protection of our neighborhoods, the health of the strength of our environment and the rest, than I am about what somebody's wearing on the floor. When I first came here 25 years ago, did you know, if you remember, I'm observing my 25th anniversary. Did I say that yet today? Women could not wear pantsuits on the floor. That was a violation of decorum. It wasn't until a number of years later that we were allowed to do that. But again, I'm more concerned about actions taken, words spoken, and the impact on the American people than whether somebody has a hoodie or not.
Okay, so there is a former speaker standing up for you. Your reaction to that, and the bigger question is, why did you decide to wear a hoodie? You're wearing one now.
Well, I wanted to just express, Don, and thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity. I just want to express that a hoodie is nothing but a piece of clothing. I'm glad that the speaker said what she said about women not being able to wear pants. It's nothing but clothing. It has nothing to do with character. But yet still, Trayvon Martin lies dead, partially because he was a black man wearing a hoodie in a white neighborhood, shot in the head. Something's wrong with that. The assailant have not been charged. Something's wrong with that. The police let him go scot-free. Something's wrong with that. And this is just a mere example, indication, protest about the failure of the judicial system as it relates to African-American males and the clothing that they wear. Their life is much more than a piece of clothing. And we can't lay back, lie down, and accept murder because someone wears a hood. A hood is nothing but a piece of clothing. America stands for more than this, and that's what took action that I took this morning on the floor of the House.
Congressman, I know that you're impassioned by this, and I am a former resident of Chicago, and you're there in Illinois, and you know what happens all over Chicago. A lot of it happens on the south side of Chicago with gang members, African-American. People kill each other all the time, but I'm talking about in your specific area. This is something that's close to you because so many people have died, and you know them, and their families come to you, and you have to deal with it. And this is something that's very personal to you. I want you to tell our viewers why.
It's personal to me because my own son in 1999 was shot down in the streets. Since I've been a member of Congress, I've railed against the NRA, the National Rifle Association. I've introduced legislation to register handguns, to license handguns. I tell you, if you have to have a VIN number for an automobile, that's a vehicle identification number, then why not have a GIN number for all these guns, a gun identification number? I'm against this violence, all right? But I'm also appalled that the law enforcement agencies in this nation will allow someone, because they are black males, to be shot down in cold-blooded, in the back of the head, on our streets, and they walk away scot-free. This is just not something that happened in Florida. It happened in Chicago a couple of years ago, where a man who walked into a drugstore, they said he stole a toothpaste, a container, and he ran out. The security guard chased him, who was not a police officer now, a security guard, chased him, put him into a chokehold, and he died. Killed him right there. And he still has not been charged. So this goes on and on and on, and all my life I have been dedicated fought hard against police brutality and police murder and the willful non-protection that young black males are getting in our nation. And that's not, I'm not excusing those who are criminals, those who are real hoodlums. But just because you wear a hoodie, don't make you a hoodlum.
Hey, Congressman, I want to jump in now, and I want you to hear this. This is Sabrina Fulton, Trayvon Martin's mother, talking about you.
It just shows that a lot of people are passionate about this movement of Trayvon Martin. A lot of people understand and they can relate to what's going on. And it also shows that some people don't quite get it. Some people don't quite understand what it's all about. It's almost like they're an ostrich, like they have their head buried in the sand and they don't quite understand what's going on.
The parents of Trayvon Martin speaking out about your actions. I have just a short time left. I'm up against the next show, about 20 seconds here. What do you say to that?
Let me just say that this family lost a son, but they have gained a whole generation of children who are now protesting in the streets, walking out of schools. They're doing what they need to do in order to make their voices heard because they do not want to be the next Trayvon Martin.
What are you doing next for this?
Well, we are certainly trying to get the word out, and we have some other that we haven't firmed them up right now, but this is just the beginning.
Congressman Bobby Rush, thank you for coming on and for pouring your heart out. We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks,
Don.
All righty. Interesting. Brooke?